I'm going to talk about the Messiah in a short video. Messiah, the original Messiah, from the original nomadic people that dwelled in the quadrant of what I call to be the North and the South Sinai, is a quadrant that runs there from what is modern day Israel down into Bedouin land. It goes all the way over toward the Yemen territory. Real quick, the names, traditional names for Messiah, modern names for Messiah that you will hear, and I'll give a brief description of my personal beliefs and of the scribes and what happened. Most people today, they know the Savior as Messiah, or in modern Hebraic terms, they usually pronounce it as Yeshua, or in the Greek, the Greek term for the Greek scribes version of Jesus. And so there's a lot of confusion, even with the way that Yeshua is written in Hebrew, with a symbol that is an ayin, an I, that is associated with Horus and the Egyptian deities. So you have to wonder, who is it that you are seeking as a Messiah? Do you want the Egyptian Messiah? Do you want the Greek Messiah? Do you want the Egyptian Messiah to give honor to an angel who is Ra? Or do you want a Greek Messiah to give honor to an angel who is Zeus? Or do you want the original Messiah, who is from the one God? In the beginning, to be able to make it as plain as can be, given an exact translation of what the Messiah's name means in English, just simply means I, in the likeness of the living Word, in the likeness of God, who is active, who is risen, who is alive, in the likeness of the omnipresent Creator. That is what the Messiah's name would mean if it was translated literally into our language and talked about. Now, before the Messiah was had left the spiritual realm to be in the body that was known as the man, the Messiah, who is a spirit inside a body. This being existed as the first being created by the one God. And so the first and the last is the A and the Z. A is all the God. Z is the Word. It also means an active, living state where a being is in existence, and is alive as a force. So, like the angels, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel, and Raphael, they all have El at the end of the name, to show that they are in the likeness of this one all God. Now, the Messiah, as the being before in heaven, also had this similar title. In the 1 John 1, it says, "In the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was in the likeness of God." Some people translate it at the Word was God, but God does not have an equal. The Word is in the likeness of God, the closest that can be. Greater than all the angels, the Word is like a God among angels, but still not equal to the one God who created the Word. So the Word, I got these symbols for you here. What does the Word, that Word with God, that word in the likeness of God, what would that look like written out in Hebrew characters, or even in American letters? In this language, Z stands for that. It's an action, a state of existence that is active. It's the first of creation. Like when you hear the first shall be last and the last shall be first, Z is actually the first being created by God, Zah. And so that word is double meaning Zaza, that word. And with, at the top you see modern Hebrew, and at the bottom you see the English letters for the word, for the Messiah as the heavenly being, and the pronunciation of it is this: Zazata Allah, Zazava Yaha. And what this means is exactly what 1 John chapter 1 is talking about. It says that word with, in the ancient language, just like in the English language, a language that existed before Hebrew, the T is a T symbol, a cross. So this is with, the A is all God, who is arising to take action. That word, Va, means in the likeness. In the likeness, YH means I am, or the omnipresent revealer of all creation. So that's God. So this is one of the names. You could write a lot of different symbols, and a lot of them would mean something similar to the Messiah. But as the word, as it's stated in the scriptures, in the being that was in existence as a God among angels, even among the archangels, is this pronunciation, these symbols. Zazat Allah, Zazat Vayaha. That is the spirit of Messiah. And Messiah has gone back to that state. The body was put to death, and the spirit regained its memory of itself, and went through the realms of death, returned, materialized again as though it were materialized like an angel materializes to appear as a flesh body, but is not one. So that is another share about what Messiah and who Messiah is.